Greg Norman has never won the Masters, but the tournament Greg Norman really got started is his legendary business career. He did come very close. It was 30 years ago that Greg Norman missed a birdie putt that would have won him the Masters. The Australian World Golf Hall of Famer ended up being luckier that year than his defeat at Augusta gave the impression. Stay tuned as we are going to share with you all the details about how Greg Norman has managed to build a legendary business empire and has become a one-man conglomerate. With that being said, let's get started. How did this professional golfer that wasn't able to win a Masters become a massively successful entrepreneur and manage to build an empire? He currently is the chairman and chief executive officer of the Greg Norman Company and has nearly a dozen businesses under his company's umbrella. And you cannot have missed that Greg was appointed as CEO of the controversial Live Golf Investments in 2021. A startup funded by the State Wealth Fund of Saudi Arabia that aims to rival the PGA Tour. But let's rewind a little bit and quickly get you up to speed on how Greg got to where he is today. Gregory John Norman is an Australian businessman and former professional golfer. He was born on February 10th in 1955 in Australia. He is also known as the Great White Shark, or the Shark in short. He acquired this nickname after his performance at the 1981 Masters. The name is a reference to his blonde hair, his size, aggressive golf style, and the local coastal animal of his birthplace. Over his career, he has won 89 professional matches, including 2 majors, the 1986 and 1993 Open Championships, and 20 PGA Tour matches. In his prime, he was ranked the #1 golfer in the world for 331 weeks. This was in the 1980s and 1990s, according to the official World Golf Rankings. In addition, Norman finished 30 times in the top 10 and finished second 8 times in big tournaments. Did you know that Greg was the first golfer to earn $10 million in his career? So how did Greg make it from athlete to successful businessman? He has become one of the best athlete entrepreneurs because of his level of professional and financial success in many fields. Although this Australian is now in his late 60s, he is still actively involved in many businesses. Many sport athletes do not become entrepreneurs until their sports career is over. That was not the case for Greg Norman. It was throughout his playing career that Norman developed his commercial interests. Greg, with only a high school education, became a successful entrepreneur. According to Chris Dilledew, Norman's son-in-law, he just had a high school education. He never went to college because he started playing golf and traveled the world playing golf. But he's always been a learner. It was back in 1987 that Norman founded Greg Norman Golf Course Design. He was 32 years old at the time. A company that designs golf courses and is recognized as the premier signature golf course design firm in the world, the company has since developed and constructed more than 100 golf courses all around the world, in over 34 countries and 6 continents, with many having won prestigious design awards. Have you had the chance to play at one of his courses? Let us know in the comments. His 1987 design company would grow to become the cornerstone of his mini conglomerate, making his golf earnings appear to be scraps of change compared to his business earnings. Before he was represented by the management firm IMG, before he launched many of his businesses, and he delegated a lot of the steering to them, it was after he left IMG that he started Greg Norman Company, which was originally called the Great White Shark Enterprises. The Greg Norman Company is now a multinational conglomerate with a portfolio of businesses in industries like fashion, interior design, real estate, wine production, private equity, and golf course design. Nearly a dozen companies are currently managed by Norman's company. The Greg Norman Collection clothing line, his wine label, a restaurant, a line of meats, a real estate development company, a golf academy, opulent homes, a private equity fund, and a wakeboard park all came before the golf course design company. And last year, he was also appointed as CEO of the controversial Live Golf Investments. Greg Norman shared in a podcast with Golf.com that it was Reebok founder Paul Fireman who really triggered my interest in building a brand. Norman said when he first began building his brand, he was aware that he had a global presence as a professional golfer. He added, "I knew that would bode well for me going forward as I built out the business because you want to have a global presence." The brand started to take off after I left the management organization I had been working with and realized that, like every other athlete, I had a use-by date as a sports player. Norman had a professional relationship with Paul Fireman, the inventor of Reebok, and was advertising their products at the time he left IMG. and it was as the 1981 Masters that Norman earned the moniker Great White Shark. This was when Paul made Norman the shark logo and gave it to him for only $1. The company has retained the shark logo even though the name has now changed. He then leased the logo back to the company as part of a long-term licensing agreement. This became the basis of the Greg Norman Collection, which operates independently of his golf course design company. Norman learned valuable lessons from Paul Fireman about marketing and branding that he applies today to his brands. Norman explains that Paul Fireman always believed in me being a blank slate. He didn't want me to have any advertising on me, noting that all of his enterprises make obvious references to him. He persuaded me to maintain my sobriety, have faith in the brand, and ensure that the brand came first in all circumstances. He had a strong conviction that the Greg Norman Collection, when launched with Reebok's distribution and marketing muscle, would always be a success. Greg didn't stop there and has started multiple other businesses, including in the food and drink industry. Now he currently has 3 businesses, including Greg Norman Australian Prime, Greg Norman Australian Grill, and Greg Norman Estates. Growing up working on cattle stations across northern Australia taught Greg what beef should taste like, and through Greg Norman Australian Prime, he offers Wagyu beef, which is as good as it gets. This Wagyu beef is world-renowned for its consistency and marbling. And Greg Norman Australian Grill is a fine dining restaurant located in Barefoot Beach in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and is an Australian theme. And Greg Norman Estates is his wine company that was founded in 1996 and has since been internationally recognized for its collection of 10 varietals from Australia, California, and New Zealand. It was when Norman wished to start making wine in 1996, he used his endorsement agreement with Australian brewer Foster's and converted it into a stake in Treasury Wine Estates. At the time, it was owned by Foster's and finally broke away from the brewer in 2011. He feels that to guarantee both quality and trustworthiness, he needs to devote attention to each division of his firm. The list doesn't end there. Greg Norman Eyewear, a real estate development firm, a golf academy, a private golf community, and a wakeboard park are all included in the company portfolio under Norman's name. Norman has made an effort to work with partners that strengthen his brand rather than just use endorsements, similar to his clothing business. This year, Norman signed a deal with Verizon for an as-yet undisclosed project to introduce wireless technology to professional golf. Despite his busy business career, controlling many companies, Greg Norman still finds time for philanthropic activities in his spare time to give back. Every year, he holds a golf event to raise money for CureSearch National Childhood Cancer Foundation. The QBE Shootout, which benefits the CureSearch for Children's Cancer Fund, is just one of the charitable organizations and activities Norman has donated to or founded. And back in 1987, established the Greg Norman Golf Foundation together with his father, to give professional golf instruction to children, especially focusing on children with physical disabilities and junior members of golf clubs. In 2004, he joined the board of the Environmental Institute for Golf, and in 2008, he was honored with the Bartlett Award from the Golf Writers Association of America for his humanitarian efforts. All of Norman's brands used to neatly fall under the umbrella of Great White Shark Enterprises. Norman wants to make sure that he not only preserves his legacy, but also guarantees that the products bearing his name and mark would continue to be of high quality even after he was gone. He said the future of the company is not all about Greg Norman. Instead, it is all about the brand, but the brand is about Greg Norman. What do you think about the empire Greg has managed to build over the years? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We sure think it's impressive. That's the end of this video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.